Hello and welcome to Long Island Weather Report. Here's the satellite image of that storm that has been sitting over us. And you can see a fire hose of moisture pointed at New England. And you can see I kind of got it on the close-up here. So you can clearly see this very well-developed storm, this low-pressure area that's clearly doing a loop-de-loop. And we had a little bit of a break in the rain, and then we got then we're getting a little more rain tonight. And snow. I'm really surprised at how much snow that they've gotten up to the north and west. We'll talk about that too. Here's a larger view of our storm. And you can see again, it's slowly going to be moving on out, but still, we're going to take a look and see. You can see all the rain that's going on now in coastal New England. And then this here, we're dealing with some moderate rain, light to moderate rain over us. Still some light snow up to the north. One more is going to slowly be making its way out. This is the kind of slow-moving system, though, we needed to get us out of this drought. And let's take a look at the latest from the National Weather Service. Latest rainfall reports here so far. So we're going to do this right now. And you can see some areas of Connecticut, 2.77 inches of rain over there in Connecticut. That's a good amount of rain there in New Canaan. A lot of areas over 2 inches. So a lot of Connecticut over an inch. This is an inch and a half. So a lot of good amounts here. Bergen County, also over 2 inches of rain in a number of areas here. Essex County, closing in. Livingston's closing in on 2 inches. Passaic County, and these are actually, how was this put together this morning? So these are kind of old numbers already. Probably just have to show you on the map here. 2.22 at New Milford there in Passaic County. So northern New Jersey, especially where those fires, the Jennings Creek, they got over 2 inches, and then some snow on top of that. 2.25 at Oyster Bay. So we got 2 inches, over 2 inches there. Over 2 inches in Orange County. The city also over 2 inches. Suffolk County, Smithtown, 2.88 inches. Some areas of Suffolk could wind up getting 3 inches of rain from this. Boy, our Pine Barrens are really going to benefit from this. Jersey got gypped a little bit. Upton, 2.22. But real surprise is snowfall. Yeah, snowfall. That's right. Connecticut, not showing that much, just an inch or two there. But if we go up into upstate, this doesn't have all. This weather service doesn't list all. This Port Jervis, 12.8 inches of snow. And some areas got close to 20 inches. So this is a plowable snow, not that far away from New York City. And you can still see one winter storm warning that's left up as well. We also have some wind reports, too, to look through as well. There was a gust this morning at Fairfield, in Fairfield County at Bridgeport Airport to 44 miles an hour. In New Haven, at 54-mile-an-hour wind gust. And look at this. Great Gull Island in Suffolk County, 62 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour in Oregon. So the East End really got into some strong winds. In Norwalk, 52 miles an hour. Shinnecock, a 55-mile-an-hour wind gust. Point Woods and Fire Island, 52 miles an hour. So, yeah, some decent winds. Could have actually used a wind advisory. I think, this morning, because the winds really were very strong, and then they kind of quieted down, and they're going to pick back up tomorrow. This doesn't list all the snowfall reports. I want to see if we can. There's a nice little map that some of the other sites have of the snowfall amounts. That a graphical. I don't know how you get that in there, but there's some really heavy snowfall amounts, and of course I don't know where that is. We'll have to use the map and see if we can find it on the map. You can still see winter storm warnings and even blizzard warnings in effect for some of these in the Allegheny Mountains there. Really impressive storm for this time of the year. We got gale warnings and gale watches in effect for the offshore waters. Let's go look at some of the observations right now. It's chilly. It's been in the upper 30s to mid 40s for most of the day. Not really a huge. I'm not even going to show you the highs and the lows, but I do want to show you the precipitation here. So, show you this on the map. We'll do a 48-hour rainfall total, so you can see a lot of areas over 2 inches on Long Island, 2.70 at Hauppauge. Some of these, I'm a little suspect of that 3.17 in Rocky Point, but 2.5 inches of rain is very respectable. We definitely overperformed. For some reason, some of these sites on the East End, I don't think they're working correctly, but still, they got gypped a little bit out there. They didn't get as much. It's only showing 0.31 in Bridgehampton. Montauk showing 1.20, so they didn't really get quite as much there, but Hampton Bay's got 1.69, so let's make our way further west here into Nassau County. Again, over 2 inches in certain areas, over 2 inches in Central Park, so most of these sites definitely got over 2 inches. Central Jersey, Northern Jersey, over 2 inches as well. And then making our way further south, New Jersey's Pine Barrens didn't get quite as much. They got around 1.5 inches, 1.53 at Miller Air Park. But still, decent amount to put a dent in the drought and put an end to the fire danger. That's over, especially upstate, because they got a lot of snow. I just wish they'd have snowfall on here. It does not seem like they have a snowfall map on here. So let's see if we can... they put it... Upton doesn't even put a link to it. It's unbelievable. It really is. I really wanted to show you some of the snowfall totals that they got upstate, but there's somewhere you can get a map of it. But I don't know where that is. Maybe if we go to the upstate office, maybe they'll have a map. Maybe they'll have a map here. They could put a map here. No link. No link to a map. I'm sorry. I know that there's a 20-inch report over there. You know what? I'm going to pause it. I'm going to look for it. Hold on. Okay, I found it. They make it very hard to find. But I want to show you the map here. Look at that 20-inch in High Point, New York. And you can see a lot of these areas got a lot of snow. A lot of snow. And snow is great for drought as well as eliminating the wildfire risk, because it melts slowly into the soil and it really just keeps things moist, keeps things from drying out. So yeah, on top of that, for Jennings Creek, which is right around over here, West Milford, they got 7.5 inches of snow, 12 inches in Highland Lake. So that fire is out. It's out. Yeah, this is the good news with all the snowfall, foot of snow. I mean, really, that's the good part of it. The bad part of it, obviously, is that we have a lot of power outages upstate New York. It looks like they've restored a lot of people, actually, but you can see that there are some areas that are still without power. Delaware County and Chenango County. So we still have some areas that are without power because it's a heavy, wet snow that was bringing down the tree branches. Pennsylvania, this was a lot worse earlier. Susquehanna still has a lot of outages. And again, you have that heavy, wet snow that's weighing on the power lines, and some of the trees may still have some leaves on them because it's only November. I mean, most of the leaves should be fallen, but I'd be surprised. Some of the oaks really hold on to their leaves, so that's really what's going on. It looks like the most of the outages are in, well, PPL, Public Utilities, as well as First Energy. So that's an area that got hit hard with the snow. Washington's still dealing with 117,000 outages over there. At least the number didn't go up because I know they had another storm today. Let's look at the weather map here, and you'll see there's that low kind of just stuck in place because it's kind of cut off. It's a cut-off low, but it will slowly drift eastward tonight. Let's go to the just our statistics at iSlip today. iSlip climatological report, a high of 45 and a low of 37. Puts us 3 degrees below normal. And we are now at 2.55 inches of rain at iSlip, which is actually a little bit above the normal value of 2.40. But, of course, that last month was the driest month on record. So we still got a long ways to go to actually get out of the drought. But this put a real dent in it, at least. This put a real dent in it. So let's go to the weather models here and close some of this stuff up, and I'll show you what we're going to have to deal with this weekend. So this low is slowly pulling away, but you see, look at those tight isobars. That means a lot of wind that we're going to be dealing with. I'm going to move this to the eastern U.S. view, give you a little closer view here. So that means we're going to be dealing with a lot of wind tomorrow. Why they have not posted a wind advisory, I don't know, but it was up to me. We'd have a wind advisory for tomorrow, all right, because we're going to have some pretty strong winds because of the pressure gradient between that very deep low at 972 millibars. It pulls away, and we're still going to be dealing with breezy conditions on Sunday, too. So still, it's going to be windy this weekend. It's going to be on the breezy side with this pressure gradient that's going to be developing as this low pulls away. So let's go look at some of the shorter range models now, the HRRR. So here we go, and you can see there's some, still some, the rain's going to taper off to some showers, and there could be another little, HRRRs, and there's like a little, this could possibly get eastern Long Island a little more light rain around noon tomorrow, perhaps. That low finally pulls away, but look at how close those isobars are together. There's a big pressure gradient between that very deep low, 975 millibars, that's a pretty deep low, and the high pressure that's off to the west. And that pressure gradient will still be around on Sunday, but not quite as much. But tomorrow really needs a wind advisory because of those winds. Dew points and wind flow, and again, this will kind of illustrate the winds here. So obviously we are at dew points in the 30s, and that you see how the winds, they're very strong northwest winds tomorrow. Good thing we got all that rain. We don't have to worry about any wildfires. But you can see, look at all the barbs on those. That means we're going to be dealing with some wind tomorrow, and Sunday too as well. And the winds will remain from the northwest both days, and there will be a good deal of cloud cover around. I'll just show you the sounding for tomorrow. I think things look a little bit better for Sunday. So let's go to the RGM and look at the cloud cover. Oh, wait, not time yet. We got to look at the temperatures. Won't be any radiation or cooling with these winds, that's for sure, because they won't. Tonight will probably drop not that much, mid-30s. Tomorrow, it's going to still be a cool day. We're going to struggle to get to 50 degrees, I think, tomorrow with that wind. And then tomorrow night, we'll drop into the mid to upper 30s. And then Sunday, it looks like it's going to stay just as cool. We're going to struggle to reach 50 both days, so it's going to be pretty cool on both days. That low is going to be wrapping the Canadian air around it. So let's now go to the RGM, and we'll look at the skies. And I know I should have looked at another model just to look at the precipitation, but anyway, I think most of us will be out of the woods tomorrow for precipitation. I don't think we'll get too much more beyond tonight. So you can see tomorrow, it's showing some sunshine over Jersey. Could be overdone. Has Long Island in the clouds. Has some clouds over Jersey, too. I think Sunday is going to be the day we'll wind up seeing some more sun. Though there could still be some clouds around. This is one model, of course. We'll look at another model because we know this model doesn't handle big storms the best. So let's look at the NAM here. And you can see, same thing. It seems like it's got some sunshine in Jersey and Long Island in the clouds. And then for Sunday, more in the way of sun. But there still could be some clouds around. I don't think either day is going to really be clear. And if we look at the precipitation, where it's got that little lobe, I want to see if that lobe makes it to Long Island or not. It might make it over to the east end, that lobe that's going to rotate around that low. But I think for the most part, tomorrow is going to be dry. It's just going to be a lot of wind. It's going to be very, very windy. So let's go and look at the Ventu sky, and we'll go ahead and look at the winds here to show you the kind of winds we're going to be looking at tomorrow. So let's move this over to tomorrow, Saturday. And those winds are going to start in, here we go, 10 o'clock. Here we go. We got gusts over to 30. Some may even be stronger than that. Gusts closer to 40 in some areas, so it could be over 40 miles an hour. And yeah, the winds pick up even more as we get toward later in the afternoon. Gusts closing in on almost over 50. I mean, there should definitely be a wind advisory, at least for Suffolk County tomorrow. We get a lot of wind, and right through the night, too. The winds quiet down in Jersey more quickly. Here we are, 10. So still dealing with these winds, and even into Sunday, we're still going to be dealing with them a little bit. So, yeah, we're still going to be dealing with these breezy conditions still. So, yeah, it's still going to be breezy both days. We're still going to have a decent breeze here both days. Saturday being a little more worse, but definitely I think wind advisory for tomorrow is needed, especially tomorrow, late in the afternoon, tomorrow night. I'll use the cloud feature with this to show you that there will be, again, a decent amount of clouds around. This is the HRRR model here, showing you that there will be a decent amount of clouds around. Though there will be some breaks, especially as we get toward the afternoon, I think. This does go out to Sunday a little bit. Sunday it's showing a lot of clouds, so see. I don't know if that's using the HRRR. So you're in this cyclonic circulation, so you're not really going to get a lot of stratocumulus popping up in this kind of air mass. This is typical for this kind of given the wind and the instability in the atmosphere. So that is going to wrap things up. So a breezy weekend. Luckily, we got a good amount of rain out of the system, and definitely much needed amount of precipitation here, as you see here in these areas here. Definitely a good amount in a lot of areas here. Everybody got over an inch except for the east end of Long Island, the Twin Forks area. But they may get some more, and they may pick up some more later on. I'm surprised that these amounts here, only 0.34 in Manitowoc and only 0.96 in Southold. They got gypped. I guess the heavier rain kind of missed them. But for most of the Pine Barrens, definitely a good soaking. And good to see that. We'll pick up a little bit more tonight. But definitely a much needed event that we needed to put an end to the drought. Put a dent. Well, the drought isn't over, but it definitely ends the fire danger. We shouldn't have to worry about that until the spring, hopefully. So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather report. Have a good night.